Peter King made his name with Sports Illustrated, very well-known national sports writer for a number of years. Came out with his power rankings in the NFL. Chiefs 1, Buccaneers 2, Bills 3. Browns check in at number 4. And again, keep in mind, this is a guy that's well connected within NFL circles, has been covering the game for a long time, knows what a Super Bowl type franchise looks like. What do you make of the Browns being ranked there?
I'm surprised to see them this high, especially ahead of some of the teams they're ahead of. Baltimore is a team that, I guess it's how do you put these things together, right? Is it all projecting? Is it all kind of looking back? And Baltimore is the one team the Browns were unable to get past last year. And maybe if the two teams had met in the playoffs, it would have been different. But that was the one team they couldn't beat. For me, I still just kind of need to see it before I'm ready to write down that the Browns should be ahead of the Ravens. I think they're really close, as we saw in that Monday night game. But again, even if you think 4 is a little high, Peter King makes an interesting case similar to what we were just saying. How many holes are really on this roster? And if everything kind of goes right, the Browns are probably going to end up being one of the final 4 teams. So I get why he put them there. For me, I just need to see a little bit more on the field before I'm ready to put them that high.
The other thing that is becoming very apparent, AFC is going to be brutal when you look at the Bills, the Browns, the Chiefs, the Ravens, and you can throw a couple more young and up-and-coming teams in there. The AFC is kind of loaded in comparison to the NFC.
And it's going to all come down to the quarterbacks and the young quarterbacks and what they're able to do. Patrick Mahomes, I think you can just kind of write him in as he's going to be the best quarterback in football again, or one of them. But, what's the next step for Lamar Jackson? He won the MVP a couple years ago and for various reasons took steps back last year. He also got COVID, and I think that affected him a little bit at the end of the year. Still a guy that can make plays. So what's his next step? What's next for Josh Allen? Does he continue on his trajectory? Or does he revert back to maybe what we've seen from him in the past? And of course, Baker Mayfield, what's he going to be in year 4? I think that's going to decide how a lot of this shakes out.